Welcome back to my channel once again. Today's lesson is about how to improve your speaking and writing. Let's begin. The very first step that let me share my page with you right now. The very first page that I'm going to share with you is how to improve your vocabulary in your writing and speaking. Of course, these lessons are absolutely practical for all of you, because if you improve your vocabulary skills as well as your grammar skills, you're capable of doing your listening section as well as reading section in IELTS much, much better. In terms of the vocabulary practice, when you click on the vocabulary, this website, by the way, you've seen this website in my previous videos. I'd like to encourage you to follow the collocation videos that I posted in my channel. And also this vocabulary link in here, when you click on IELTS-exam.net, this is the official video from the IELTS Center in Cambridge University and British Council. And all these techniques and the strategies, as well as the questions that I'm sharing with you, they are the official questions that you can practice to improve your skills. So vocabulary will appear here, the list, different lists. We have a variety of words for if you're taking the academic test in IELTS, academic module. You can, in your task 1, you need specific vocabulary. For example, for the line graph, you have specific vocabulary. They give you a sample line graph, as you can see in here. You see the topic in here. And for example, this topic is saying the graph shows the rates of participation in 3 different activities in UK sports club between 95 to 2015. So obviously, the sample is given, but then what I always suggest to students, when you read the sample, this website, by the way, is free. More than welcome to follow that. And the good point about this website is anything you learn is officially uploaded from the IELTS test. And you check the answers and you see the words that are given in here. These words will give you some power in writing task 1. For example, if the lines are coming down, you can say decreased slowly, because it's not a dramatic drop. But then the blue line is a dramatic drop, is a sudden drop, is a sudden dip. So reach the peak, it means like going to the highest point, either or this line, the gray line, for example. Decreased, remain constant. In this case, the gray line from 2010 to 2015, you can use this expression. If it said reach the peak, we talked about that, and overtook, it means took the power, overtook those of the swimming, it means the rate was somewhat similar. Stood at, all these expressions and all these words are absolutely necessary to be used in IELTS test. Doesn't matter writing section or speaking section. The candidates who use the appropriate official IELTS words that are on this site specifically, they get somewhere from band 7, 8, 9, 6, above 6, band 6. The candidates who are not capable of using these words and they don't know which words they're using, and they use very simple words, they get band 4, 5, and lower than band 6. Most universities are asking for band 7 plus. Therefore, these words are absolutely essential. In order not to repeat yourself, you need variety of those. For example, one time you say decrease, next time you say dropped. One time you say increase, next time you say rose, which is the past tense of rise. Something that I always remind the candidates to do is be careful about the timeline access in the IELTS Task 1 writing academic module. Because if it is in the past, your language in your writing should be past. 2015, 1995, and 2015, they're all in the past. So any past grammar structure you can use. You can use past passive, past simple, past continuous, past progressive, past perfect. As long as it is in the past, that's quite all right. And you need to compare and contrast data. In order to do that, you need some words. And as you can see, none of these words are repetitive. So one time they say dropping, next time they say decrease, next time they say drop. It's okay to use from the same family members, for example, to drop as a verb, but one time you use the gerund version, dropping, and then the next time you use the participle, past participle version, which is dropped. In this case, as a verb in the sentence. Different types of sentences are absolutely essential for band 6 and band 7. Not to digress the topic, the focus of this video is just the vocabulary. So that's one tip for task 1 writing. I also take you to another term. The second part of the vocabulary is present perfect. Present perfect is one of those grammar tenses that are absolutely interestingly popular in present present communication, in your speaking section, as well as your writing task 2. I suggest to use present perfect, past perfect, perfect tenses in general. Something that happened in the past up until the present time, you can use present perfect. Why we use present perfect? To show the incidents that happened in the past, and you still see the result or the shadow of the action in the present time. Then again, just to save the time, I don't challenge the candidates to read and follow through all the time alone. I would always tell them, like, make sure that you see the answers, because the focus of this video specifically is how to improve your vocabulary level for IELTS, all sections: listening, reading, writing, task 1 writing, task 2 writing, and speaking section. So as you can see, one time the candidate said decline, next time the candidate said reduction, next time the candidate said decrease, next time the candidate said drop. As you see, the candidate did not repeat. Why? It shows that the candidate has a good knowledge of vocabulary. And it's very easy when you practice these in your writing. You should have that power little by little, build the power of revision or revising your and editing your own writing. And while you're editing your writing, the best technique in your writing is to make sure that you're not repeating any words, repeating any conjunction. Repetition, the moment you repeat in your speaking and in your writing, you get band 5. So band 5 is for the candidates whose knowledge of vocabulary is not very high, as well as they're redundant. So if I don't know enough in the vocabulary, I obviously might be in need of repeating myself. So one time the candidate say rise, and then the candidate maybe say increase. Fluctuated is like the inconsistent going up and down and up and down. That's a fluctuation. For example, the yellow line in here, which is the ball games, is somewhat fluctuated, is dropping and then increasing and dropping and decreasing. So it's very important to know the words, and it's very important to have the good focus of the grammar practice at the same time. By this video, you'll learn how to improve your vocabulary for IELTS, and then you have a chance to practice grammar on the side. In this case, the candidate is using present perfect. Present perfect is the combination of have or has and the past participle of the verb. For example, has been, or have been, or have become. As you can see, the reason that the candidate is using present perfect in this video is because the candidate started the whole writing pattern from 1990 to present time. Is the incident or the accident or something that's a situation that occurred in the past, and you see the result in the present time. So present perfect is one of those grammar points that I always recommend the candidates to use. Make sure you use present perfect and more vocabulary about it, and avoid repeating. I'll take you back to the next one. The next one, when you're writing a report, report writing is task 1 academic module in writing. And in your report writing, you need vocabulary then again. You need to have 150 words. Avoid being short, because the moment you're short, you get penalized. Even if you get band 9, your marks will drop. Make sure that you have enough words in your writing. Count each line: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and write down the number on the right hand side. Each line, this is the European style. You count each sentence's words number, and then you write it right beside the sentence. So at the end, you calculate by the end of the paragraph or the report, and you see if you have enough words or not. Some candidates, they count the words after finishing each paragraph, and they write down the number. So before you complete and you submit your writing, either the paper based or the computer based in IELTS, you can remove that number that you counted your words. Always count your words, that make sure that you're not short, because you get penalized. If you're shorter than 150, you're in 140, you get penalized. If you're in 130, you get penalized by 2 marks, by 3 marks. And then the lower you go, the more penalty your marks will be affected by. So the candidate is using these words in the writing, and I wanted you to see that how the candidate was using perfectly well. Please watch those 5 collocation videos that I posted in my channel, and make sure that you download them, save them on your computer, practice every day, share them with your friends, comment in the comment box. The highest amount of money, you see how the candidate is using the adjective plus the good phrase. These patterns of grammar will give you 1 band higher in writing. Also, the candidate said with a total amount of approximately 12 million, and so on. So the candidate is comparing and contrasting data in the graph, in the bar chart. This is a vertical bar chart. But the candidate is not only using words or only using phrases. The candidate is using good collocation. Make sure you subscribe those videos that I posted on the collocation videos. They're very important and they're really practical. Candidates who know how to practice the collocation, they get 2 to 3 bands higher, which is a lot, because technically to get 1 band higher, you need 100 hours of academic practice. So these tips and techniques that I share in these videos, they're short and direct to the point. So candidates love to follow that. And I have been asked, many of you guys asked me to post these direct, concise, and precise videos for you. And the more is yet to come. Every day I post many videos, and make sure that you follow them all, and then practice those lessons by subscribing and turning on your notification. You quickly see when I post a video, you'll be notified. I'm going to take you to the next lesson, because the focus is vocabulary today. I want to show you that for each step, there is a group of words. You might say, Maria, I'm not taking task 1, letter writing, but the fact of the matter is you write emails. If you learn how to write letter, even though you're taking the academic practice, doesn't matter. You write emails, and in your email writing, you need good words, right? So the letter writing is an old fashioned of the nowadays email writing. Instead of saying, for example, making a booking at your restaurant, you can say reservation, for example, main purpose. You see, the words are not singular. Each word is accompanied with another word to create that complexity of the structure. This is called collocation. The main purpose is adjective plus noun. I have one video on that on my channel about adjectives and noun collocation. Collocation videos, there are 4 or 5 of them on my channel that they are really popular, and the students learn a lot about those. So make sure that you do that. And in the comment box, you just practice the examples and so on. They will give you the power of doing so. More than welcome to follow my Instagram, IELTS, #IELTS.band9. I post more videos over there as well, from collocation to vocabulary to idiomatic expression to how to create sentences and so on. In terms of the food, so these are good expressions to start your sentences in letter writing, for example, or options which we would like to order. So I'm trying to show you these phrases because these phrases are complex. In order to get band 7, 8, 9 in IELTS writing, speaking, and so on, you task 1, task 2 modules, either academic or general, you specifically need to have that complexity of the structure. Complexity of the structure is a must. I can't emphasize stronger than this. It would be much appreciated. Another collocation, this is beautifully done because the candidate tried to use the adjective, adverb, adverb, adjective. This is another video. Watch those 5 collocation videos on my channel and review them, practice exercises. I always post the practice exercise after each video that the students can practice in here as well. Total cost. So you see, I didn't say the cost only, I say total cost to make my writing more complex. If you would like to practice more words about some topics, it's called education, for example. For education topics, you need to know words. Try to learn at least 5 advanced words around each topic. They will help you to write better. They will help you to speak better in IELTS. Vocabulary is everything. I make the students' life easier. So I just tell them, instead of speaking in a simple language, make sure that you advance your terminology, try to insert and adapt and get used to that kind of a pattern of being able to have creative words inserted in your writing. For example, you say, when we evaluate the usefulness of an academic subject, instead of, if you say when we assess, you say evaluate. In here, how we define the term, it means how we find the meaning of the term. So it's better to use appropriate words instead of having wordy language, which is killing the concision or is lack of concision in your writing. You can find one word which explains exact same meaning. Linguistics, analysis, archaeologists, geology, astronomers, evidence. So these words in education might appear. And to be honest with you, these words are absolutely practical because in your speaking section in IELTS, the examiners are asking you some questions about education and so on. You can use these words in your speaking section as well. So when you learn words, you improve your listening level, you improve your reading level, you improve your writing and speaking. So it's not only for writing or speaking. I take you back to the compare and contrast. This is one of my favorite topics because to compare and contrast in IELTS speaking part 3, the examiners are asking to compare and contrast. They give you the topic, for example, compare and contrast the life nowadays the younger generations are having versus in the past. Compare and contrast the younger generation type of food that they like and the older generation nowadays. So compare and contrast, you need a specific group of words in writing and in speaking part 3. Please watch the video that I posted yesterday about speaking section. Those strategies are absolutely essential for you to learn how to improve and get band 9 in speaking. To compare and contrast, they give you 2, for example, pie charts in writing, and you use these expressions: the same as, on the contrary, at the same time, in the same way, in contrast to this, and in comparison with, compared with, conversely, and on the other hand. I also have other videos that are appropriate preposition with the group, with the post exercises. Make sure you follow those videos as well and do the practice exercises and comment in the comment box that I have on my channel. You click on the answers that you have and you see the proper word. If you like, you can do something. You can take advantage of, challenge yourself a little bit. Look at these 2 pie charts and fill in the blanks as much as you can with one of these words. And after you finish, you can check your answers. As you can see, it said conversely, or on the other hand, or in contrast to this, or on the contrary, or by contrast. Why do I have a variety of those? To avoid repetition. Why we shouldn't repeat? Because I get band 5 when I repeat. lower band. In speaking, if I pause and repeat, I get band 5. In writing, when I write in like a repetitive and redundant pattern, I get band 5. So make sure that you have variety of those by knowing many of these words which have exact same meaning. If I say conversely, or on the other hand, or in contrast to, or on the contrary, or by contrast, they all have the same meaning. You can use it to express contrast idea. Comparing idea, you can use in the same way at the same time, even in the communication, even in the conversation. So you need to learn these expression compared with to show the comparison, in comparison with to avoid repetition. This website is absolutely necessary for you to follow. And also, compare contrast is one of those that I would suggest you to definitely learn. And idioms is another one. I have tons of idioms posting every single day on my Instagram channel, hashtag IELTSBand9. Make sure you follow me over there and you'll see that every day. In here, challenge yourself on filling the blanks with these expressions and then check the answers to see. For example, if I say, that was a delicious meal, and then you say, you can say that again, it means I agree. Why do we need idiomatic expression? Native speakers, they use idiomatic expressions differently because they know these idioms by heart. They are native speakers. We use all these idioms. For example, I myself, I speak different languages. Even though English is my first language considered when I went to school, but I speak different languages. Very much like most of you who are taking this IELTS test, you can speak, you have the power of speaking different languages. Idiomatic expressions are absolutely essential for the candidates to know how to speak English properly. Without idiomatic expression, you don't get band 5, 6, 5, 8. You don't get band 7, 8, and 9. If I don't have the idiomatic expression, I get band 6, band 5, band 4, and so on. It is definitely lower than band 6. If I repeat, I get band 5. If I know the idiomatic expression, wide variety of those, I get band 7, 8, and 9. Without idiomatic expressions in writing and speaking, impossible to get band 7 and 8 and 9. So these idioms are absolutely essential. They're very practical. My suggestion is, even if you send a text message to your friends, make sure that you use them. Why not? Show off your knowledge. It's excellent because the more you practice on your daily basis, the better you remember them, the better your writing and your speaking will be. So little by little, after practicing it 5, 6 different times, it becomes a part of your subconscious, and that's how your brain works. So my suggestion is to practice these vocabulary lists in here that we have, and I will train you on other sections of IELTS every day. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my other videos that I have, and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much and have a great day.